Okay, I'm rewatching The Walking Dead for like the gazillionth time at this point, and there's just something that I've just noticed with this rewatch compared to like my other rewatches. While this is something that I like think of, I don't think I've ever like really put myself in her shoes in this particular like situation. Like as the audience, you are Michonne almost. As the audience, you see the governor, you see Philip the same way that Michonne sees the governor. As, like, suspect, as, like, a question mark, as not an honest man, somebody that's dangerous. And it's easy to, like, be like, oh my god, Andrea's dumb as fuck for even falling for that dude. Andrea's dumb as fuck for, like, turning her back on Michonne and choosing the governor over Michonne and not leaving with Michonne when Michonne left and everything like that. But like rewatching it, when I put myself in Andrea's shoes and I look at it through her perspective, and I only try to look at it with all the information that she has. Could you imagine being Andrea and seeing a charming, handsome man just be nice to you? You see a community full of children, women, men, families. They're happy, they're having barbecues, they're having birthdays, they're celebrating, they're having good times, right? You go out on hunts, they give you a job, you can still protect people, you're needed in this community. And then you have your friend who's a fucking paranoid person from the jump, already is questionable of everyone from the start of how she is, and she's looking at you and she's telling you, this man is crazy, I don't trust him, they're lying about shit, there's something going on. And you're looking at her and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, something going on? What do you mean something going on? There's like, in Andrea's perspective, there's literally zero reason for her to believe Michonne. Even as the show progresses, Andrea just continues to get gaslit and lied to, and it's not until after she like finds out that the governor knew about the prisoners and that the prisoners were her people. It wasn't until she found that out that she even got a glimpse of anything that the governor was doing or was about or was a part of. And that was the moment she even started to get perspective of like what Michonne was talking about. But it wasn't until that moment, of which I think honestly is like halfway through the third season, that happens for her. So every time she was the scene where the governor like sexually assaults Maggie and shit like that, he literally makes Maggie take off her shirt, slams her down on the table, breathes all up in her ear and shit on this weird stuff, goes up to his apartment and comforts Andrea because of something that she's dealing with that also happens within that episode. She's feeling upset, she's feeling, hopeless and all that stuff, and he's like, oh, it's okay, come here, and he hugs her. And I feel like that's the biggest, like, key to, like, the governor's character and how manipulative he can truly be, because he was a monstrous, garbage, terrible human being. But in her perspective, until she really started to see what he was like, he was just a good man. And I couldn't imagine finding out the person that you fell in love with and the person that, like, you thought was this other person ended up being, like, a sociopath, a murderer, a fucking despicable human being. And she just was so lied to for so long. And I feel bad for her. She's somebody that I think people give a lot of shit to. So many people call her fucking dumb and that she gets manipulated easily. I just don't think a lot of people put themselves in her shoes because us, the audience, see fucking the governor for who he truly is from the jump. And Michonne, we see it through Michonne's perspective, which is what the show wants you to do. But I just don't think a lot of people sit there and really think about Andrea and how she's seeing it. Because if you look at the show through Andrea's eyes, this is fucking paradise. They hit the jackpot when they get to Woodbury. So, like, it took me this rewatch to really, like, hone in on that perspective.